All like staring. Oh, wow. Hi, everybody. Why did I start a career in home ec? And as a home ec teacher, I was avoiding marking one evening, and I was researching, and I found the HEAL program at UBC, which is it's a master's in home ec, and I thought, wow, I can sew and get a raise and get a master's. Like, let's go. And so it's a very dumb reason why I started, but because of that program and then being allowed to build a home ec program at the school that I was at the time, it's completely changed my life.
A careers assessment. We had to fill out this like bubble sheet, and what came out was a dietitian, a chef, and a home economics teacher. And I loved the curiosity of the hows and the whys of science, and kind of considered my pathways, and I decided that being a home economics teacher was where I was at. I never thought I would be here, and this is the pathway that I've come to follow.
In my first couple years out of university, I got associated with a sort of after-school program. What I absolutely loved about that was that ability for students to have connections with each other through food. And I believe that was something that I wanted to do. I always had amazing home economics teachers growing up, and they really influenced me to go into this career path because I saw the lasting impact. I felt the lasting impact that they had on me.
How much of what I do, not just every day, but even within my job, is related to my skills as a home economist. Whether it's budgeting, whether it's thinking and caring about families and the uniquenesses that they are dealing with, all the different types of families that we have. Whether it's thinking about grocery store prices or making food accessible. Everything that I do is related to being a home economist.
Well, I actually didn't want to be a home economist or a home ec teacher, and I tried everything in my power to not be. Where I did land was I actually became a dietitian to begin with and was working in a hospital and was not happy. And friends of mine who her parents were teachers said, you need to become a teacher. And I said, I'll try it. And it took me until I was on my practicum and actually at spring break of my practicum that I went, wait a minute, this is where I should be.
For as long as I remember, I loved cooking. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always trying to find my way into the kitchen. I grew up in Thailand and figuring out how do people make coconut milk? Can I try and make that curry paste and all that? So it's always been something I gravitated towards. I love to eat. And as I grew older, the other thing I realized I really loved and was good at was I loved to teach. And when I discovered that home economics teaching was a thing, I was like, this is the perfect combination of the two things that I love the most. I'm in.
My grandmother was a whiz in the kitchen. Her mother was a phenomenal sewer. My senior home economics teacher was amazing. And of our final class of 8 people, 2 of us went on to become home economists. So she did an amazing thing about building possibilities for us as a career. So it was inevitable in so many ways. I ran into home economics teaching. I knew it was my space. I knew it was where I wanted to be. And I've celebrated it every day.
I think it's the fact that it's so hands-on. And it's so experiential that every day is different, that there's a lot of flexibility that can happen because there's so much transferable learning that happens within experiential spaces, I feel like. It's exciting, and I feel like then when students are engaging within spaces like that, so much of it is hands-on, which I feel like sometimes connects with their brains and they're learning just differently, and then they get excited, and it ends up just being really good vibes.
I think the feeling I get when I hear that bell ring, I listen to hear people say like, oh, that was such a good recipe, or that I didn't know that was so easy. That's my favorite part, is because I think people approach cooking, sewing, etc. as really difficult, and it is at first, but once you get it, you got it, and then it's really rewarding. So yeah, it's my favorite part. Yeah. I'm done. Thank you. Okay, drink some water before, because I'm facing